Well, welcome to another edition of the Digicel Sports Show right here on Islandstats.com. I'm your host, Earl Baston, and joining me yet again is the co-host, Jason Juggling J. Ford. A lot of sports. That's all I'm going to say.
But the heat was on.
Yes, indeed. First, let's get a message from our sponsor because we have a lot to talk about, especially the heat.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
JD, 2017-18 football season is underway. Conditions, not the best. That's all I can say. The season opened with the Charity Cup.
Did it rain?
No.
Was windy?
No.
Was it overcast?
No. One thing left.
Was the field,
Field was well prepared.
well prepared?
Sure. Surface was great.
Let me see. What else could it have been? Maybe the heat.
Definitely the heat. Charity Shield started on Sunday evening at 5 p.m. You'd have thought it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. PHC and Robin Hood, the defending league champions, PHC FA Challenge Cup holders, coming into the season. The pace started pretty fast. Midway through the game after the water break, because they had water breaks after 30 minutes in both halves. But you could see the pace is slowing. PHC introduced some youngsters into the fold in the second half. They increased. Obviously, Robin Hood was trying to inject some experience into the team, but obviously experience, youth, on the day it was purely down to the youth. Marco Warren stepping up, Sequoia Robinson scoring the only goal of the game. But got a chance to speak to Sequoia after the game about the game, the youngsters, and what PHC is looking forward to. We'll get your comments, but after Sequoia's comments. Robinson, PHC, you've won the Charity Shield. Obviously, you want to get a good start and beat the team that won the league last year. But how does this set you up for the season?
This was a good workout for us. Getting used to the heat. It's just very hot out there, so it's definitely helped us to get ready for the rest of the season. So you guys put in a good shift today, so that's why.
Saw a lot of youngsters introduced into the team, into the game as it wore on. Did that give you guys a little more energy than Robin Hood?
I think so, yeah. We got a couple youngsters, adjustment 16. They're actually pretty good, so we're just trying to help them and come through. With them coming into the game, give them their little first taste, and I think they was a little hungry, so it actually gave us a little bit of energy during the backstretch of the game. So.
Take us through that goal, because obviously Marco done a tremendous job first controlling and then taking on these guys and then flicking the ball back to you. Simple task.
Yeah. Well, I looked for it before he done it, and then when he went crossing, I actually thought he was going to bang the ball in the back of the net. But when he flicked it back, I said it was just a matter of just tap it in. That's all.
All right, well, congratulations.
All right, thanks a lot, man. Good.
On behalf of the Bermuda Football Association, sir, and thank you to the Charity Cup 2017-18. Congratulations. Well done, team. Well done, Rodney Wood.
There you have it. Our last show, we talked about expectations, what I expected, and pretty much exactly what I said from PHC, but also the preseason, or we would say the beginning of the season. What happens in preseason, you might have these simulated games between other teams, inter-teams, but is the intensity level up for a sustainable amount of time during the midday heat?
Most of those games in the morning.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So trying to duplicate or recreate that scenario, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. Even on the day, just the excitement being the first game, the little 9, up the it's something that you have to go through. Now, whether these players took care of themselves the nights before, or leaning into the game, because you're going to lose so much water. And a lot of water, you might not understand how much water you're losing, even just being nervous.
Right. Right.
People understand you could lose a lot of water being nervous.
Yeah, anxiety.
So to put it back in your system. And we saw this in all over the sports the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Was the heat. But sticking with football, yeah, it's going to be interesting because Robin Hood, with the coaching change, but they do have some experienced players come into the side. So we've seen Robin Hood just be consistent. It's going to be nothing flashy about him.
Right.
Just be consistent. I don't think much is going to change, even with Barry Newsom being at the head coach. Some little here and there, but for the most part, the players that they have are just hard-working players.
Right.
They're just steady players. PAC, on the other hand, we talked about their youth program. They're always pushing youth in, and for some reason, for the last probably 5-6 years, they're creating a speed academy.
Yes. Well, the one thing they're working on is fitness, and with that fitness,
that's going back to the days of Allie Wilson.
Yeah, and a lot of that, you look at it, they already have the speed, but once they're fit, they're able to excel even more, which it makes the big difference. A lot of teams have fast guys, but they're only fast over a certain amount of time in the game.
Yes.
Because they get fatigued. So, with these youngsters looking to get fit, come in with that appetite of I'm ready. Let me show the coach that I'm ready. It bodes well for PHC and any other team that finds themselves in that position. Now you turn to yesterday, the first round of the Dudley Eve matches, day one. Boulevard and Devonshire Cougars ended up being a snail's pace towards the end because both teams were struggling fitness-wise. The heat was on. Devonshire Cougars, a little bit better off than Boulevard. There was a time where you had several players from Boulevard down, suffering from cramp. Referee basically having to stop the game on a number of occasions because of cramp. There was a clash of heads in the second half that stopped the game for a period as well. But overall, both teams would need to look to. It's going to be hard, but they're going to have to put in that extra work, and players have to take some of that responsibility as well.
And the unfortunate part, well, I won't say the unfortunate part, but the only way to do that, Earl,
is to play more.
In these conditions.
Yeah, without a doubt.
In these conditions.
That match ended 1-1, and then the second match started off really, really slow. North Village and Somerset, I guess they were trying to feel each other out, but eventually North Village came away with a 4-0 win. If you ask anybody after the first 15 minutes what you thought the score would be, I'm pretty sure 99.9% of the people would have said 0-0, because it just didn't look as if it had that
quality.
Yeah, but with the likes of Keishan Bean, Shane Hollis up front for North Village. You have young Corday in the midfield for Somerset. Leo Burgess for Somerset. These guys, they can create something out of nothing. And on the day, it was North Village Rams.
And also, as looking at Somerset's team, a lot of youngsters in that team.
Yeah, a lot of youngsters.
So, like I said, I'm seeing a lot of the teams now are trying to use these competitions, especially early, just to see what they got. Obviously, some of the college kids still on island looking to go back, so probably trying to get them some game time before they do go back to school. So that's probably good, and who knows what the numbers are like preseason. So it's going to be interesting for the next month, because this heat's not going anywhere for at least the next month.
Indeed. Well, let's switch a little bit to Saturday. Eastern County. Boy, what a day. A day of emotion. A day of turns, twists, chains, and the like.
And that other word, heat.
Yeah, it took its toll. It really took, and the unfortunate thing, it took away a bit of the excitement that people were anticipating. The fact that Kamal Levrock suffered with cramp at T, could not continue. He had for what I thought, he had just started to feel his way into the rhythm of batting.
Yeah.
But we saw him suffering early. in his inning, and then obviously the break, both legs locked up, and he was unfortunately unable to continue right after T. Try to come back. You could see he was still suffering.
By the time he came back, it was
the rut had set in for Flats. But at 10:15, if you can recall, Bayless Bay were in deep trouble.
Yeah, most definitely.
1 run on the board, 2 wickets down. Malachi Jones was back. No, actually, no. They were 8 for 2.
4 for 2.
4 for 2.
Yeah.
Malachi Jones was back in the pavilion. Taryn Frey was back in the pavilion. Things were not looking good for Bayless Bay. They eventually got 165. Kamal Leverock was not effective in his first spell, but after the skipper got injured, he took the ball back and ended up with 6 wickets for 75 runs, bowling 23 overs.
Yeah, going into the match, a few things that we highlighted that Flats big players would have to perform on the day. Unfortunately, you mentioned it. That skipper got injured very early.
Yeah, his first over.
Yeah, which, but yeah, 1 or 2 it was. I think it was 2, but regardless, very early, and basically couldn't really do much for the rest of the game.
Right.
It's not only just when we talked about Kyle Franks, it was not just his bowling, his batting, his fielding, his inspiration, his motivation. The players even dropped their heads a bit when he had to go off.
Right.
Bowling wise, Nelson Bassam came.
Yeah.
He came. I gotta say, he's always came to me and say, Jay, hey, gotta show me something. But he set the tone for the day where he got the first 2 guys out.
Yeah.
And you felt that, okay, well, maybe could this be the first time in 37 years?
Could it be?
Almost to the date.
Yeah.
That the last time they had won. And as the game progressed, a couple of chances went down.
Yeah.
The next chance went down. I mentioned the last year they dropped 5 catches. This year they dropped 4. Sort of hard to win a game.
Yeah.
But then Kamal Leverock came back with his second spell.
Yeah.
And even though he probably been pretty expensive, but he ended up building close to 20 overs.
Right. In that second spell.
Yeah. And only tried. And it was just as aggressive as his first ball. So he put in a shift that I think a lot of us was anticipating.
Right.
But still was surprised that he was able to keep it up. And not just, the people around the field, you can hear the hum, you can hear the buzz. And then when he was clean bowling players, I mean, for a fast bowler, that's the ideal thing to do. Not depend on LBW, catch this. Clean bowling, and you see the stumps go cartwheeling.
Yep. Nothing better.
It's nothing better.
For pictures, for viewing, for just the sound of it, and to see the batsman look back just to see which stump is actually out of the ground.
So out of the 6 wickets he got, 5 people were bowled.
Yeah.
And the last one he bowled was probably his best bowl that he had bowled. It was actually a slower ball.
Yeah.
It was actually a slower ball. But you could see the level of talent that this young man brings to the game.
Right.
The level of talent when you see, we talked about it in many other shows, the players who have gone away to the UK, who've done the actual training, or who's been in these actual teams, who've done some schooling over there. You see when they come back home, there's that extra level.
Yeah, without a doubt.
That stands out. And you see right from warm-up.
Yeah.
They're used to doing the actions, they're used to warming up. And then you see other guys who probably ain't warmed up all year. It's like, man, we had him start this game.
Well, it was funny because there was a conversation. We were at the wicket prior to the start of the game, and there was a conversation held with a few former players about the Flats team warming up, and they should just do what they usually do: show up, change up, and go on the field. But here they are warming up. They'll be tired by the time the game starts.
And it was crazy because prior to the game, you had some of the St. David's fans and and certain Flats fans were saying the toss. The Flats won the toss.
Yes.
But elected to field.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you see how hard it is out there? You see how big that field is out there?
Yeah.
And the humidity was really high early in the morning because a lot of the moisture from the ground was still really high.
Right.
So I'm like, man, if these guys are not fit, by the time they get to bed, they're just going to be tired. And
Right.
I think so many factors played into what we end up seeing the result, but the excitement side of it. But we're talking about flats a lot. Let's give kudos to Bay.
Bailey's Bay. Yeah.
Bailey's Bay, the first time, and I think 2006 maybe, where they're going through a team's going through the whole series without losing.
Right. Winning each game.
Yeah.
And convincingly too.
Oh.
I mean, if you look at their win over St. David's in the first round, and then over Cleveland County, the second one, and that was two teams that didn't get 90 runs.
No. And Derek Bregman.
Yeah.
I mean, capturing basically
3 awards: Man of the Match, Man of the Series, and Spinner of the Series. Yeah.
Well, first coach since Jacoby Robinson. You end up getting a 6-wicket haul in the first as a coach.
Yes.
And then picking up another 5.
Yeah. But I said this to you middle of the day. Middle of the day. As Flats were batting, I said, could this possibly be his last county? I was in a conversation just yesterday, and the person said, well, he picked up 3 awards. Would he want to give those back? Would he want to throw that away?
Well, it's going to be interesting because we will have to see, realistically, to the transfer.
Yeah.
There's been speculation that some players might be moving back to former clubs, which will in part play a role in their eligibility in Eastern County. His not the only name has come up.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting. And we know how the Eastern County rules is a little bit different.
Yeah, and very tight on the rules.
Very tight on the rules. So it'll be interesting because, I mean, I don't know. It's sort of hard because he's not one who's, born out of Eastern County. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He came into Eastern County. So, but in saying that, for 1 year,
he was the shining light.
And I mean, the numbers that he basically gave up no runs. Literally.
Yeah.
Basically gave up no runs.
Yeah.
So to see, they won't want to lose him.
Right.
I'll tell you that.
Right.
That is because, as I mentioned many times, and Bay has mentioned, this season, their batting has not been
where it should be. And just talking about that, not to cut you off, but Rodney Trott, in the 3 games, has made a big difference in that team. He came to the wicket with them in trouble yet again, stabilized it, unfortunately was given out, caught behind, but he has played that captain's role to the letter.
Yeah, and I think, you know what? Because of that, the whole team settles. The whole team doesn't panic.
Right.
He's versatile to come in the number 4 or come in at number 6 or 7.
Right.
And he does that on the day. And you said something. His captaincy has really grown on me over the last 3 years, where I've taken over from Stephen Outerbridge. Rodney is a player that, and I gotta say, it's coming from his people like his coach. I want you guys. I'm gonna put you guys in the best position to be successful. Right. Okay? I'm gonna line you up. Once again, that's 2 games in a row. Rodney Trott has never even picked up the ball.
That's right. Yeah. He gave it to a bunch of other guys in the end who were trying.
Everybody got a ball.
Actually, he did pick the ball up because he built 1 ball.
He built 1 ball at the last minute on 1 ball.
He got tired of this guy.
He got 1 ball. Say, look, I'm tired. This game has to end. But in saying that, that's because you want everybody else to get that feel good.
Yep.
That feel good. And he's done a great job of captaining his side, even though we talked about it on air, is that every round it seems some unfortunate circumstance
that is played into their favor.
Going back to the league early in the season, a lot of circumstances went against them. And I keep telling people, that's how sports is.
Yeah.
That's how. Today it might not be your day, but it will come back.
You know what, Jay? It takes us back to that one statement he made at the Eastern County press conference.
That's right.
If we win county,
everything's all right in Bay. And guess what? Everything is all right in Bay.
Yes, indeed.
Also, before you go, The great thing about Eastern County competition, right after the match, they tell you what the next series will be.
Yes.
And it's a very interesting draw.
Everybody can't wait to the final to see who will meet St. David's.
Right, so the first draw, well, we know who the first draw will be Bailey's Bay versus Cleveland County. The winner of that will meet, I'm just going to say Flats Victoria.
The Mighty's going.
I'm just going to say Flats Victoria. And then the final round, whoever carries on from there will meet St. David's.
Right. Let's hope that the 2018 series is just as exciting as the 2017 one was. And for the players, you are inspiration to not only the youngsters, but to the adults that come out and respect the game itself. So to the 2017 champions, Bailey's Bay, congratulations. And for the 2018 challengers, you have a lot of work ahead of you.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Jay,
the heat is on.
Without a doubt. It was 8:30. Monday morning. Your horn sounded, or 8:35. Horn sounded, and I said to myself, what am I doing out here in this heat? But it was the start of the road race season, Labor Day 5K. Lamont Marshall ran to victory. Gail Lindsay was the first female finisher. But the heat, that early in the morning, or for the runners, most of them said it's late.
Yeah.
It is what it is for this year again. The race is starting half hour earlier. It used to start at 9. They've shortened the route, changed the route to make it a little more easier, but I think they need to revisit that time of starting races because it is really, really, really hot. First week in September. We're still in the summer months and still getting that summer feeling. But Lamont Marshall said he was finishing off his season, just decided to run this race, which you can understand. He's had a long season. He's qualified for Commonwealth, but overall, he's closed out with a win for the first race of the season.
Yeah, and you said he's coming to the end of his season. And a lot of these guys are just starting their season.
Yeah.
So that plays a big role in what you saw yesterday. But it was good to see Sean Trott.
Yeah.
Having been away for a minute from the sport.
Right.
Glad to see that he's back and taking it easy. So we expect some better things coming out of it during the season.
Yeah. Well, let's get the interview with the winner, Lamont Marshall, after the race. Well, Lamont, last time we spoke, you said you wanted a break. Is that the break coming back? First race of the road race season, picking up a win?
No, this will be my last race. I just continue training like for the week, and then take a full month off, and then just relax and come back.
Did you want to set yourself a goal for today, just to see where you're at, and then take that month to put in the training?
No, not at all. I just came out today. I wanted to go overseas, but it's getting a little costly. I'm had a really expensive season. I'm had a bunch of records. I qualified for Commonwealth, so just packing it in and I wanted to train to at least early September. That way I can come back early October when it's hopefully a little bit cooler.
Were you concerned about the heat at all for today?
No, my season's well over. I like I said, my first record was like mid-February and my last one was like June, so I had a really good season. So to concern myself on tired legs this late in the season, I was just coming out just to extend my season.
Now you had obviously Tim Price, Sean Trott's back out here. What do you think looks good for the upcoming season for guys coming back into the season and looking to, I guess, stake a claim at the biggest race, the May 24th?
Yeah, it's always good to get the domestic competitors up and as fast as possible, because the better competition locally, the less you need overseas trips and stuff. So if you have guys here putting in work, unfortunately for me, I'm in that window where
the really better guys overseas in school, like Trey Simon, Shaquille Deal, Dej Man, so they would really be able to push me because they're very they're sharp. They've had the seasons of cross country, indoors, outdoors, but it's still, I mean, like I said, whenever I can get a fast flat course like this, you can just jump in no matter what, like whoever's in it. You still can race the clock and just get in and go work out.
All right, well, congratulations.
Okay, thanks.
Well, not only was Lamont the winner, Gail Lindsay finishing 6th overall, a good time. She's coming into the season in her own. Got a chance to speak with her after her win as well and just talk about what she's been doing in preparation for this year. Let's get the interview with Gail Lindsay. You have won the first race of the season. Does this set your tone for the year?
I hope so. Start how you mean to go on. So yeah.
Now, what have you been doing over the course of the summer that's prepared you for this upcoming season and this heat?
The Island Games was in end of June, start of July, so that was kind of my main focus, and then just tried to keep up the training since then.
What did you think of the new course and obviously the conditions today?
I've never actually done the race before, so can't compare it to the old course, but definitely hot, so it was tough, but yeah, it was good fun. So.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Jay, on Sunday morning in Hamilton, the Bermuda Bicycle Association Winner's Edge Criterium took place in and around Front Street and Queen Street in the area, with some of the top riders abroad competing internationally. It opened up the door for others to stake a claim at winning a title. And
Who won?
Anthony Bartley won the adult. Yeah, Anthony Bartley won the adult A division. Ooh. Yeah, and guess what? Gary Rayner won the B.
Who?
But it was good to see these guys take up the challenge.
Yeah.
It's always a fun day. And the funny thing was, Jay, the A's and the B's raced together, which saw some of the B's, obviously, they're going to be told. They're going to be told next year you're riding in the A category because they hung in, done their job. Gary has been one of those B riders who has been in the A pack all season, and I'm pretty sure he'll love the challenge.
Well, I mean that'll be the next stage for him anyway.
Yeah,
I mean I'm pretty sure once you progress in a sport, you're always looking to get better. You know, I mean obviously he's coming to that age where he might want to slow down a bit.
not.
But he's still fairly new to the sport.
Right.
He hasn't been, it's been around about, I would say close to 10 years.
Right.
So, but in saying that, he's still fit enough to get even faster.
Yeah.
And as a competitor as he is, he would think it's a lot better cycling than he, running on the road.
Right.
Which he was doing previously.
Yeah. Well, we'll go and get the report from Sunday's race, but also we'll get a report of the folks over in the States competing in the Green Mountain race. The Bermuda Bicycle Association's road race season resumed with the Winner's Edge Criterium in Hamilton on Sunday. The adult A division title went to Anthony Bartley, who crossed the line in a time of 38:52.0. His Winner's Edge teammate Adam Kirk was second in 38:52.2, and Mark Hatherley made it a 1, 2, and 3 for Winner's Edge riders, and he finished third in a time of 39:01.6. Sarah Burnett won the women's A division race with a time of 32:14.2, representing Madison. In what could only be described as tough conditions, Bermuda riders were back in action in the Green Mountain Stage Racing in Vermont. Stage 3, the cycle race, was yet another road race. Dominic Mayo, competing in the men's pro division, clocked a time of 4 hours, 57 minutes, and 27 seconds to finish 38th, and after 3 stage races, he is in 31st overall. Competing in the junior 1 through 4 division, sees Caden Hopkins finished 6th, recording a time of 2 hours, 58 minutes, and 59 seconds. That puts him 12th overall with an overall time of 5 hours, 21 minutes, and 53 seconds. Matthew Oliveira finished 9th with a time of 2 hours, 59 minutes, and 36 seconds. That position put Oliveira in 5th place overall. The men's 3 division, Darren Glassford finished in 57th with a time of 3 hours, 48 minutes, and 34 seconds, and he is 57th overall in the division. Competing in the women's pro 1, 2, 3 division, Alyssa Rouse finished the day in 23rd with a time of 3 hours, 51 minutes, and 48 seconds, and she sits 23rd overall.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, Jay, we got a week long of tennis coming. Bacardi and Martini tennis tournament.
That's a great combination.
For the spectators.
For the spectators.
The tournament got underway on Saturday. A lot of tennis being played, and will continue this week. But let's get an update on the first few days of tennis at Pomanda Gate. The 2017 Pomanda Gate, Bacardi, and Martini tennis tournament saw a total of 7 games played on day 2 at the Pomanda Gate Tennis Club. The team of Roma Douglas and Janaze Bradshaw Douglas won their mixed open doubles match against Charles Penruddock and Louise Frazenbrook 6-4, 6-3. Gavin Manders and Ashley Brooks defeated Javon Witter and Katie Quab 6-4, 6-2. David Thomas won his men's open singles match in straight set 6-love, 6-1 over Hugh Seymour. The 2017 Opal Finn Girl Cup opened with 2 tricky races in winds from 10 to 17 knots. 117 sailors, including Bermuda's Raquel Evans, took to the waters of France to compete. Evans ended the day in 66 overall with 131 points. Evans finished the first race in 63rd before finishing 68th in the second race. Well, Jay, we said sports, and more sports.
And heat.
And heat.
By your face?
Plenty of it.
He's still on.
It's been a good show here on Islandstats.com, the Digicel Sports Show. We want to thank Digicel for being our sponsor and our supporter of this show.
And also, Digicel, we also want to thank you guys for also being a sponsor of the Eastern County for the whole series. Yeah. What you've brought during the lunchtime show. It's been something unique that the game has wanted. And we hope you guys carry that on for years and years to come. I think just trying to help out the fans around, having some fun with the old players or ex-players or even current players. The different competitions you guys had in lunchtime, I think, we could even expand on that even more to get more cricket lovers, because we had so many kids down at Lord's over this whole summer. And I think just by them watching the game but also having fun in the intervals, I think will go well for not just cricket but also for your brand, Digicel.
Yeah. So, do have a good night.